For anybody who feels stuck in their life somehow, somewhere, in some situation, this can be a breakthrough. Therefore, I would advise to take out a few minutes and listen to it till the very end. To begin with, one realization, a starting point, that anything that is part of your life, whether you like it or you do not, the source is within your own life. See, we are all energies. Constantly, whatever emotion you are going through, you are being some frequency, some energy, something that you are radiating. And how we understand in this reality that something occurs in the outside which impact us. We think that something happening to us, something good happening to us make us feel good, something wrong and bad happening to us make us feel bad. But this is not how it works. We already have that subconscious energies and frequencies which we are carrying, not from today, not from yesterday, from maybe years and maybe lifetimes. And depending on astrology and many more sciences, I will not go into all of those sections today, but depending on so many more factors, at any particular point in time, we don't even realize what kind of energy we are being, but we attract something. So instead of getting confused that I met with an accident and this happened to me, my relationship went this way, that way, etc., and my finances are such, all of that is already scripted energetically in your subconscious, that you're radiating constantly and you're attracting, and whatever you're doing to change it is not working. Because we are not working at the cause, we are working at the effect. We are trying to do something, we're trying to fix something in the outside scenario. If it is with people around us, maybe in relationship, we are trying to figure out the best way of conducting a relationship. Okay, let us do this, and this is what I don't like you doing, so I make these changes, you make those changes, and this is how it'll work. It will never work. It'll not be sustainable that ways. So what do we do here? The point is, I'm not saying okay, before I go any further, I'm not at all saying that we don't have to deal with the situation, where we don't have to deal with people in the outside, but not as the first step, not as the beginning of change. Change doesn't initiate from the outside. So what do we even do? One thing, every situation, whether it is in your relationship, whether it is in your finances, it is something spiritually connected, emotional, your health, whatever it is for you, it makes you feel something inside. It triggers some energy within. And that energy which gets triggered inside you, that is what we have to address. So, okay, now here I'm not even advocating or justifying or defending behavior of people. If we take an example of human relationships, I'm not at all defending the behavior of the people that you're dealing with. But the point is, they are not my concern. Your life to break through in your situation is what my concern is. So if that is what your concern also is, breakthrough of your life, not trying to prove them wrong, not trying to prove that how correct you are. If being right and correct is not your agenda, and your purpose and motive is to resolve your life, to make your life happy, to take and channelize your life in the direction of your own growth and happiness, then dealing with it and fixing the situation outside is not your starting point. Your starting point is that energy, which maybe when you look at your finances, you look at your bank balance, you look at your bills, And maybe in the context of your relationship, the way your partner makes you feel, or whatever the outside situation is, the energy that it triggers inside of you is the concern, and that is where we will start. So now that energy is a frequency outside whatever the person is doing, whatever your bills, your bank balance is triggering, is just a trigger outside of you. It is not the source. And that outside trigger is triggering something that you are carrying, that you have in store, what we called the eighth consciousness, the karma storehouse, the subconsciousness, different terms. But you are carrying anything that you feel within, that energetic charge that runs through you is inside you. This is how you feel it inside, okay? And now just remove your attention from that outside trigger. You will deal with it later in the next step. But before that, everything that is happening inside you, you got to sit with that energy. You got to acknowledge that. Get present with it. All right, this is what I'm feeling. What is this? So there can be various processes, various ways that it works. There are different modalities and everything works. But then you have to choose any one thing. So my way of addressing that energy is allowing that energy. Just sit and allow that to be there without attaching any thoughts, any judgment, any right and wrong. It will take some practice. It will take some practice to just allow everything that is coming without having a single thought of, attaching that trigger outside of us to associate it with this. So it will come with practice. One thing is, this is a kind of meditation that you do where you just allow everything and you hear that energy out. Getting present is hearing your body, hearing your energy, not with your ears, but with your being, with your entire consciousness. This is how, when you get present with anything that your body is communicating, you listen to it, and when you hear it out, most of the times it gets released from there and then. Secondly, if this is a little difficult for you to do, and in the beginning it will be if you don't have enough of practice to do that, because disengaging your mind is also a task for many people. So the next thing, a very small yet very powerful verbal process. And I must say, this verbal process comes from Access Consciousness. This works wonderfully for me. And that tool, that verbal process is interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. So I have explained you how you're going to, what kind of attitude you're going to have towards your situation. So anything that any outside source triggers, whatever is getting triggered inside you, is your agenda, is your cup of tea, is something that you have to process. And sit with that energy, start repeating this process. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Repeat it till the time you don't actually, literally start to feel some shift inside. This may take a couple of minutes, this may take 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes also. And it may so happen because energy is always stored in layers. So it may so happen that after doing it for a couple of minutes, you may get into a sense of total ease and relaxation. You can just let it go. And again, when any such thing happens, again when such energy, same frequency, it occurs inside you, again do the process. When doing this process is your first step, what this process is doing is It is letting go. When you do this, when you say this, how your nervous system, how your subconscious is reading the command, is taking the command, that you are asking your nervous system to let it go, to release, not to attach any rightness or wrongness, any judgment to this energy within, but just make it an interesting point of view. No right point of view, no wrong point of view, just an interesting point of view, and let it go. And you don't have to understand what is that point of view inside of you. You do not have to know that. And I bet once you start with this tool and you do it till the time you don't start to feel totally relaxed and at ease with your situation, just do it. And after you do it for a few times, you will be out of the situation, and that is when you will see what has actually shifted in your own perspective also. And honestly, I if I say, in my experience, in 95 to 98% of the cases, I would say 98% of the cases, I never even had to actually deal with anybody verbally or, directly, after I have shifted my energy. Maximum number of times in my life, and I'm talking about years of my journey, the moment I shift my energy here, behavior and pattern and situation in the outside just changes automatically. And one of the reason behind this shift and change is that I am never interested in proving myself right and proving the other person wrong. I truly, thoroughly value my life. I want to live each and every moment of my life. My life is supposed to be my experience of joy, fun, creating value, expanding myself, growing myself. It has to be my own life experience. I don't like anybody else in the outside to control my mindset, to control my choices, to control my experiences. So I am in no need to fight people around me, my environment. I am in no need to change them, to prove them wrong anywhere. All that I'm interested is in my life. And trust me, when you be interested in your own life truly in the right manner, when you're interested in your consciousness, in your awareness, everything falls in place. Life works for you, universe has your back, and truly your people who truly align with you, who are truly yours to be, they align and come into your life. So it is a wonderful way of it's a wonderful approach towards your life and situation. And see, this process and this idea and this attitude has to be implemented in every part of your life, small, big, day to day, moment to moment, be it whether you are dealing with your children, whether you are dealing with your colleagues, your whatever the situation is. But yes, one more thing I would say, this one tool and process that I've shared briefly here in this short video, few minutes, will be a breakthrough. Just give it a try, just do it, as I've told you. But then there are some deep seated, chronic, really chronic, embedded patterns of life also, which require more processing and a different processing also, and it may take a little longer. Say, for example, if you are constantly in the pattern of some financial issues, then creating financial abundance in your life will be a process. So understand that, in that, to change that, you may also require to get into personal consultation. That can be a process in itself. If there is some relationship pattern, at times you have to get into consultation over and over. It may go on for few weeks or few months also. But then the point is, if you can do this much, and I am telling you, I have people in my life, my clients, who just with this one process, They have worked by themselves, but sincerely and honestly, with this attitude, this outlook towards their situation, with this level of taking responsibility of their life, and just with this one tool, they have created wonderful changes. And so can you. Be interested in changing your life, in becoming happy. You have nothing to do in proving other people wrong or yourself correct. So it is said that in one moment, either judgment can exist or awareness and consciousness. So you can either be right or you can be happy. I choose to be happy, and I leave you with your choice. I hope you will make a conscious choice. Have a lovely time. Bye bye.